think we found one. There it is! After all these years, we have it! This guy, at least 3 mil. At least. You don't get that kind of workmanship nowadays.
What's up, guys? I'm Jason Grayson.
And I'm Unlost Data.
And this is Too Late Reviews, the review show that's too late for everything. But not this week.
No, we're on.
Not this week.
We're on top this week.
We are on top this week. Well, a little bit. Like 3 weeks, a little late.
Hey,
but it's at the movies.
That's not as late as Totoro, okay?
It's like 20 years late. Okay, this week, Unlost Data and I had the opportunity.
It presented itself to us.
We went to go see, so we decided that while the rest of the Lost Bros were going to watch wrestling, because we do wrestling reviews, remember that, with Make Storm and Biggie Prime, we decided to go see a new film called Monuments, man.
It was pretty good. Not overly great, but I think it was a good flick just to see if there's nothing else.
Yeah,
really.
definitely, yeah, it's good, it's good.
Alright, so Monuments Men is basically about a group of people that are not soldiers that kind of have to go into a soldier like mentality basically.
They're older gentlemen.
Yeah, they're older.
Sure they really made them seem like they were in their late 40s.
And they're all like art buffs basically, and they all really like art. Yeah. Like there's like a architect guys, like
an
straight painting guy.
There's people, very
covers all of art, and they're tasked with going to retrieve all this art that was lost and stolen by the Nazis in World War II.
Yeah, Hitler wanted to make a huge museum for himself. Like, I'm not gonna go too much into the plot, but like, check your history books, it's in it. So he just started stealing art from everywhere, Paris, everywhere in Europe, Italy, anywhere he get his hands on. Thousands upon thousands of art that we wouldn't have today unless it weren't for these monuments. Man. So the movie has a very interesting and very colorful cast. We have George Clooney, who wrote it, helped write it. Matt Damon, good friend of George's. John Goodman, which I don't know about you, but I love seeing John Goodman. First, he just makes me happy. Okay. Maybe because he was Sully and Roseanne's husband. Then we have John something. He's from The Artist. Sorry if I can't pronounce and stuff. Then we have that weird guy from Seinfeld who like Elaine. So look that up if you don't know what I'm talking about. And of course, the always talented and ever lovable Bill Murray.
The tone of this movie
was interesting.
It was mixed.
It was like comedic yet historical, and
it's like trying
biopic and like things.
I don't know if it was trying to be a very like serious war movie, because at times it was, but then at other times it was like comedic. So I don't know why. It's like both, you know what I mean?
I think it might just be the style of writing with George Clooney. I've seen other things that he's done, like A Dangerous Mind. He's done that. It's pretty good. He's done that with Drew Barrymore. It's pretty good. It has some elements of comedy and stuff. So maybe it's just his style, but I agree. It was an interesting comedic war movie.
Because I mean, if it's trying to be a war movie, there's so many other war movies that kind of trump this. Like, it's in a category that's kind of already really well done.
Yeah.
So them going into it with this, where it's kind of like a mix of comedy in it, kind of gives it a different twist. But I don't know if it really works that well. I think it worked okay.
I liked it. What I found very interesting was they really showed it from the perspective of that age group. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, you know, he even says it, John Goodman says in one part, like, oh, you know, they're taking it easy on us. And like, a lot of people like didn't expect them. They didn't really take them too seriously. Like, they were kind of frowned upon because they were looking for art. Like, people were dying and they didn't want them to bomb in certain areas because there was this art here. And they're like, no. Like, some journals just said, no, like, I'm not going to sacrifice my men for your art. Like,
that's kind of like the whole premise of this movie.
Yeah, it was definitely a big part of the movie, saving this art, which was really cool. You got to see a lot of it. Famous art, like, really nice.
Really cool. So, one thing that I didn't really particularly like was that the characters, to me, I think they should have developed them a little bit more.
Yeah. Because
some of the characters, like, I really didn't know who they were, really. And then, spoilers, obviously, we're gonna go into spoiler territory now.
Spoiler!
Like, when one of the characters dies, they try to make you really feel sorry for him. And, like, the character's saying, like, you know, I'm, avenging my past and everything. I'm going over my past. I'm like
fighting my demons through this.
But I don't even know what he was talking about.
Yeah, like it's very quickly paced.
It's like he died, and then it's like it make them feel really sorry about it.
He dies, and apparently he was an ex-alcoholic. Like I didn't like.
It just came up right at the end, just really like jam-packed.
Yeah, like right before he went for his big like this is my moment, like the climax in his story. It's just like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah, like that's what I mean.
Wow.
So
thanks for finding your
maybe
demons.
if they would have spent a little bit more time on that, I don't know.
Something I really found about this movie too is it kind of seemed like it dragged on a bit, didn't it?
But, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Some parts feel much different than other parts of it.
Yes.
And that's where kind of the pacing goes a little out of whack. Because, again, it's like a war movie and comedy, so there's different pacing to that.
And in a drama, George Clooney added a lot. I can't just say he wrote himself, but like he and his writers, like they added a lot of mixed things that worked and sometimes didn't work. I'll say. I wish they would have let Bill Murray play a bit more.
Yeah, he wasn't in it that much.
He wasn't in it that much, and to me, he was one of the biggest stars in that movie.
But I don't really think it fit, because again, they didn't really develop his character at all.
They didn't develop a lot of the characters.
Like, so two of the characters argue back and forth throughout the movie, but we don't know why either. Like, their characters weren't developed.
I think it was just like comedic relief. There wasn't a lot.
There
was a lot of comedic relief because like the serious parts, they happened really fast and ended really fast. Like the deaths in this movie, so quick. Like you didn't even have time to feel sorry for them. But acting wise, I think they were pretty good.
Yeah,
I really do.
I like the score too. It was pretty good.
The score was good. It's very upbeat, very 1940.
I hate when they do like these cheesy moments.
Oh my god!
Like there's one part in this movie where, like a character like so much. A character remembers something else another character did, and they look up in the sky and they're like, "Yeah, John." Like I hate when movies do that. It's so unrealistic.
He's just like, I know exactly what moment he's talking about, and the character goes up to a statue. And he's like, "Yeah, go for it."
Okay, so at the end of the movie, this is like the biggest spoiler ever. It's the end of the movie.
It's not really.
It's kind of like the whole thing.
You kind of know. Okay, you know that they get the art back because we have the art now. It's not really a huge spoiler.
So one of the characters die trying to protect this sculpture. So throughout the whole movie, throughout the whole movie, they're trying to find and bring back the sculpture
to avenge
this guy. So so in the end, they find it and they bring it back. And then he's like giving like a lecture to a couple people, and they ask him like, "Do you think it was worth it that this guy died for this art? Like it can be replaced, a human can't." And so they basically ask that, "Was it worth it?"
Yeah.
And then it cuts 30 years into the future,
like 1977,
and he's standing in front of the sculpture, and he's like, "Yeah, like,
yeah, oh wow."
Imagine and he was with his like grandson, so
yeah,
his grandson just asked him a stupid question.
Like, I don't know.
He's like, "Granddad, did you fart?"
No. There was a lot of odd deliveries in this, which a lot of just like useless bickering, but like I laughed. I'm not gonna lie,
okay.
I laughed. It's old man comedy. Yeah,
I still enjoyed it though.
I enjoyed it.
Again, like if you're looking to go watch a movie and there's nothing else, then I would recommend this.
I would say rent this movie.
Rent it
when it's out. Sure, movie night with the buds. They have to be buds that aren't like totally into action and real like comedy. Like they just want to sit down and have a good time. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I say rent it. If you don't want to go see it, don't go see it.
So out of 10, I give this movie 6.7.
6.7.
And honestly, I think that my rating would probably go down over time, just because I'm gonna forget about it. I'm gonna forget about this.
Not very memorable.
No.
Not monumental.
So what would you give this movie?
I liked it, and I'm a big fan of smaller budget movies, and I love independent movies. I love seeing these movies that don't do well at the box office, but they're great films. I would give it a... I want to go in between 6 and 6.5. I'll go 6.3.
6.3.
Good enough to watch and rent, not good enough to go to the movies. Go out of your way.
Yeah.
I think. So that's what we thought about the movie. Always check back here every Monday to see what we think about a new movie, whether it be on Netflix, a movie that's been recommended to us. If you guys want to tell us about it, totally down. Or movies that we see in theaters. So I'm Jason Grayson.
I'm Ambassador.
This was Too Late Reviews, the review show that's too late for everything, and we will see you at the box office.
See you guys.
Let's go.
You can tell it's on quality paper. Oh, look, the tape's time period. That's definitely 1800s.
Wow, is that from the Renaissance period at the Staples Center there?
Yep.
That's nice.
You know your facts.
Oh yeah, that's Staples for sure.
Yep. Even the hat's time period, correct?
Now that magic marker, did the Egyptians use that? What was that?
See, no, the Babylonians actually invented that.
Wow,
yes.
from Babylon.
Yep, Babylon 5.